What's up, YouTube world? It's your boy Lucha Lucha, aka Matthew J. Brownlee, and I'm back with another Raw report. This is my Raw breakdown. I break down the show, but in this instance, I didn't really watch the show because I had to go to work. Not even my own work. I had to go to work up in a different Burger King because they needed a closer. And I killed it. Um, but Raw was still here, and I still watched the highlights. I watched a couple of segments and stuff like that. So I guess this is my now overview, I guess, as you will, of Raw. And pretty much what I saw, what was going on, and yeah, just my thoughts on what's going on. So it was 3 hours, so I don't know if I don't know if it dragged or if anything seemed interesting. But by what I wrote, it seemed like there was a couple interesting things that was going on, and it seemed like there was a couple of not interesting things. So we're gonna go through it. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, dislike it, do whatever you really want to, as long as you hit the video. I mean, I guess that's a W in my book anyway. So I do appreciate you guys, the ones who do actually watch it and like it and talk to me about it afterwards. So I do appreciate that. So that's about it. So we're gonna get into it. I guess from what I first saw was Drew. He opened up the show. I guess he's pretty much was like, "Hey, no excuses. I lost, but I'm gonna not be mad about it. I'm not gonna be like, you darn Randy. I lost fair and square, but I guess I will eventually be WWE champion again." I think he like referenced Rocky Balboa. He says, "Nah, it's not how you get hit. It's how hard you can take a hit," and whatever Rocky be saying, and you get back fighting and stuff like that. And then Miz and Morrison came out and pretty much was like, yeah, you're a loser. I'm a winner. But, just because you lost and you didn't mean that even if you would have won, but you didn't, I would have still came out, after you got beat up in the cell. I would have still ended up being WWE champion, but, you lost. And then Morrison makes fun of him a little bit, and then Drew McIntyre beats a Miz, and then he beats a Morrison. He was about to hit him with a DDT, but Miz saved him. And he pretty much said that, "Hey, I'm going to get management to have you have to have the worst night of your lives." And he did. They had a match, and even with a messed up leg that Drew had, he still got able to kip up. He still beat up. He like threw the briefcase and threw Morrison just as far as he threw the briefcase. Hit Miz with a claymore, and that was it. That was it. And I mean, this is how Money in the Bank. This is how Money in the Bank works. Like when Daniel Bryan won Money in the Bank, when he was, I think, a heel, he was turning heel or whatever happened like that. He was losing all the time. That's all he did was lost, and then he just randomly pinned Big Show to win the World Heavyweight Championship, and then he was out here winning again. Same thing happened to Miz when he first won the title. Same thing that happened to Edge. It just happens. Like you win Money in the Bank, especially when you're a heel. You lose a whole bunch of times, and then at the opportune time, you win money. You win the championship, and then you start winning everything. It is what it is. It keeps Drew strong. Drew is also talking about knowing that Miz is not Miz knows that Randy Orton is going to be on a moment of bliss, so he's going to probably see what's going on in a moment of bliss. Next up, they talked about Survivor Series, the Raw versus SmackDown, no NXT. Maybe they might acknowledge NXT Wednesday. They might not acknowledge it at all. But of course, the championships. Randy Orton's taking on Roman Reigns. Bobby Lashley's taking on Sami Zayn. Street Profits versus New Day. Asuka versus Sasha Banks. And then the traditional 5-on-5 men and women's Money in the Bank. They have three qualifiers. One is AJ Styles versus Jeff Hardy. AJ Styles gets on the mic, talks about not even have shouldn't be qualifying. He should be like the team captain. And then he talks about Jeff Hardy having a DUI. And then he talks about the big man just there. We're just living in this world and stuff like that. Jeff Hardy comes out. They have a match. The match is pretty good. AJ won clean, even though the big guy was just there. He was looming around. I think Jeff Hardy was going for like a suicide dive, or was hanging off the like jumping off the top of the rope. And then big guy, my boy Jordan, caught him. But yeah, this was just pretty much back and forth. They work well together, and AJ Styles ends up winning with a phenomenal forearm. Good stuff. Uh, our truth, he's going to scout the competition because his name is dangerous. Like he lives dangerously, and I think he his middle name is dangerous and stuff like that. So Lucha House Party versus Drew and Tozawa. This match didn't even rarely even started. They were doing some grapples, and then our truth came out just going like that, looking like a lost survivor. And then Tozawa wanted to roll him up. Everybody wanted to roll him up. Everybody's kicking at it too. Lindsay Dorado goes to the top rope. Our truth moves out the way. He ends up splashing Drew Gulak for the win. Somehow, some way, the ref didn't call any of this out. The commentary was just laughing at all this. Whatever. I'm over it. I said it. Yes, I said it in Hell in a Cell. I'm over it. I don't care about it anymore. If you're gonna have a division with it, just let them wrestle every week. But this, I'm over it. I don't care about it anymore. Firefly Funhouse. Bray is great. Alexa Bliss is great. I love everything about Alexa. Bray Wyatt was pretty much just like, hey, we got a special guest, and Bray is in like Alice in Wonderland gimmick. He's in that setup, and Bray Wyatt, oh, we have a special guest, and it's Alexa Bliss. Abby the Witch is like, off with her head, hilarious. Um, and then Alexa Bliss has, I think it's cake or something like that. It's like, hey, I made a cake, a special cake. It was like, and the rabbit was like, "Oh, that's so nice." He was like, "What's in it?" She's like, "A little bit of sugar, a little bit of spice, some everything nice, and a special ingredient." He was like, "Oh, come on, what's the secret ingredient?" And she said, like acid or what was it? It was like acid or something like that, or arsenic. It said arsenic. Arsenic. Uh, and then he like started throwing up blood and guts, and he was saying how much fun it is for her. He was like, she's she's special, she's different or something like that. Um, and then she said, "How do you know?" And then she's like, "Hey, not only normal people don't be here. Only normal people wouldn't be here. Only the special type of people and stuff like that." And then Rambling Rabbit had his guts thrown out, like he threw up his guts. That's disgusting. And then he was pretty much talking about, oh, by the way, don't make sure you catch Randy Orton tonight on a Moment of Bliss, and said let him in. Her eyes like he went like that with her eyes, and her eyes started turning like red and white as Braid's was like blue and white, I think. And they kind of sort of referenced the thing with the house burning that Randy Orton did to Bray Wyatt. So it was good stuff. Keith Lee said that he's not done with Braun Strowman, but he's going to leave Braun Strowman for now because he has Elias on his mind. Um, Shayna and Nia has a list, which is kind of fun. I honestly I like the dynamic with Shayna and Nia. I love it. They both has lists about who they want to be in the Money in the Bank, or who wanted to be in the Money in the Bank, who wants to be in the Survivor Series matchup with them. I don't know why I keep saying Money in the Bank, but who wants to be in the Survivor Series women's tag thing with them? Shayna has this long Santa laundry list of people. Nia has this little tiny list, like probably like one person's on it, and Shayna goes through all these people, and Nia's not on it. They go back and forth about who's want to be, who's the team leader, and then Shayna was like, "Hey, am I on your list?" And Nia goes, "Pfft, "Yeah, you wish," and then walks away. They're so great. I love them. They're so great. Elias comes out. He almost has a concert, but because Universal Truth is out, but instead he has match with Keith Lee. I'm really tired. Um, Keith Lee wins. It was a little back and forth, probably a little bit more offense than probably a lot of people would want Elias to get because everybody loves Keith Lee. And towards the end, he was going off the top. Maybe he was about to hit the elbow. Jeff Hardy's music hit, and Elias got distracted. Uh, Keith Lee tosses him off, and he's like, hits him with the spirit bomb, 1, 2, 3. Unfortunately, I mean, it was good for Keith Lee to win. And for me, the thing is, I know a lot of people's like, well, why can't Keith Lee just get a win? Why does everything have to be dirty with Keith Lee? Why can't he just get a solid win? Why does everybody have to cheat and stuff like that? I think my house is haunted. I ain't gonna hold you. Um, but I think that I think WWE has this is like scared to like push people. The people they want to push unless it's like a big blow off pay per view thing, like what they did with Randy Orton. Like he had a match and I think he lost by TQ or something weird happened with a DQ finish, and then on a pay per view he just beat Randy Orton just like that. I feel, and the same thing with Braun Strowman. He has a match with Braun Strowman, like the exhibition match, and it got counted out. In this match, he kicks him in the nuts and in a big boot to get a win. This is the distraction from Jeff Hardy, and like you can say that Braun Strowman. You can say that Keith Lee doesn't need a Jeff Hardy distraction or any distraction to beat to Elias or anybody for that matter. You just beat him just like that. Like you let him do his elbow, he kicks out, he tries to go for it again, then he does the thing in the spirit bomb and stuff like that. It's just like unfortunately they want like WWE and they always do that. They always want to keep everybody strong. They consider Elias a major player. So this has Elias something to talk about. It's like, oh well, the reason why only reason why I lost is because I got distracted from Keith Lee. I know it's not his fault, but Jeff Hardy, dang that guy, I thought I was over him, even though Elias hit Jeff Hardy in the back with the guitar after AJ beat him. And then after his music hit and he didn't come out, Elias get mad, and then Jeff Hardy, boom, guitar to the back. So their feud will continue. Yeah. Hurt Business. Um, Hurt Business do some stuff. I think somebody wanted to use the bathroom, and he said that's our bathroom, and then the guy just like fainted or something like that. That was pretty weird. Randy Orton said that he's not scared of the Fiend. Okay. Hurt Business versus Retribution elimination match. Mia Yim. First of all, I think Mia Yim's name is like Reckoning or something like that, but the ref kept calling Mia Yim. It's like no, she's Reckoning. You can't just be calling her Mia Yim like that, which is hilarious. She was like kept swatting something away and distracted MVP for Slapjack to get a pinfall victory on him, and then Bobby Lashley uh, beats up Slapjack. Then T-Bar and Bobby Lashley they brawl and they count each other out because they're brawling, and then it's Mace, Dio Madden, and Mustafa Ali versus Cedric and Shelton Benjamin. Shelton Benjamin lays waste of Dio Madden, and then Ali gets himself disqualified. Nice. Yep, that happened. That was a thing. I don't. I always say every week that all they have to do is just let Retribution get a win, just one win. All you got to do is let them win. Okay, last night he didn't get a win against Slapjack. Didn't get a win against Bobby Lashley. Fair, completely fair. But now it's like this is elimination match. Bobby Souffle was your biggest threat. He's out. Now you just have a regular 2-on-2 match. Why can't you just let them get this one win? You're gonna obviously continue to feud, but no, you just keep letting them lose, and then you just keep letting Mustafa Ali just like run away in cowardice. Why do you do this to? Why do you do this to him? And then he has to cut a promo later saying that, oh, he said I wrote it down too. Uh, oh, we don't care about wins. Wins. We win when people suffer, but it's like you're the only guys that's suffering. You're losing all the time. It's like why? I always say I keep saying that Ali's gonna win the championship, like the U.S. Title, but man, you guys they need to rack up wins. Maybe this, may just maybe, just maybe, and I'll talk about it in a second. That there could be hope for them, just maybe, and I'll talk about it in a second. Um, Angel Garza flirts with everybody. He flirts with Mandy and Dana Brooke, and then he flirts with Nia Jax. Gives her a rose. Nice. Drew versus Miz. I already said that he murders him. Um, this is where retribution can maybe come into play. So New Day are dressed up as the Street Profits, hilariously. Um, Kofi Kingston is Montez Ford. Uh, no, Xavier Woods is Montez Ford. Kofi Kingston's Angelo Dawkins. He has the cup, and he has the Dawkins like the headband and stuff like that. He's tilting. He kept talking. Every time he was talking, he was like dozing off and like that. And then Xavier Woods was like, "Hey, you can't be too much dog. Wait, I didn't say you go full on dog. Just go half dog." So, my Xavier Woods has like a Burger King crown on his head, which is hilarious. And they pretty much did like I don't know if you guys remember back in the day when they had the Street Profits first come up, and like they would run stuff down, like they would announce things, and then Street Profits would be backstage and they would announce exactly what they just announced. They would like, oh, it's like, and Brock Lesnar is back and he wants to smoke with Roman Reigns, and is anybody ready for Oscar? Like they used to do those type of skits every week before they actually finally debuted. So it was funny that New Day did that with them and they just ran down the whole Survivor Series cards like, yeah, we're going against the Street Profits. They put it up, there it is. It's like, and also, and it was like, and then I think they also showed like Oscar came out. She started like, yeah, no, they're not ready for you two. And then they also shows like, oh, she also has a match against Sasha. They were saying, oh, that's easy work. And it was like also Randy's gonna face Roman Reigns, and then Hurt Business come out. It was like, and don't you forget a very important thing that the United States champion Bobby Lashley is going to go against the Intercontinental Champion Sami Zayn, and he doesn't want any of that smoke or whatever like that. And then he just points out those two is like, don't forget, we also look at those two titles and New Day are like, ha, funny, not in your wildest dreams. And Asuka said we all want the smoke. Nobody is ready for you guys. You know why? Because New Day rocks. That was a funny segment. But this is where retribution can come in, like where they can get a thing where the Hurt Business, New Day, and Retributions, whoever, uh, T Bar and Dio Madden, uh, T Bar and Mace, they could all three get in that like that tag team title scene. Um, that can probably help them like we're like okay now we're working towards Retribution being the thing and make it more serious. This is probably all after Survivor Series. And this is also why, and people probably also figured why they're like, why when Street Profits and New Day switched titles, there was like, well, why did it switch titles? Why did they have a match? Why didn't they just wrestle each other or whatever like that? And this is probably why they probably wanted to specifically save it for Survivor Series that they can get New Day versus Profits. First time ever. New Day is probably going to win, even though I don't think New Day's ever won uh, um, Survivor Series. But this could be the first one they win maybe when they do the brand versus brand. But yeah, I know the match is gonna be fire. But yeah, that's the last bit of hope that I have for Retribution for them getting in the tag team title scene while Ali and Bobby Lashley gets in the they continue fighting for the U.S. title, which is also why I wish that Ricochet joined Hurt Business because where's Ricochet now? Ricochet had that one win, and guess what? Ricochet's not even on TV no more. So you could have had him join Hurt Business. Um, Him and Cedric could have been in that tag team title scene again, like where they were before. Put them in the tag team title scene versus New Day. Yes. Put, like I said before, put Shelton Benjamin in the U.S. title scene with Slapjack and New Day and all that other stuff, and make it more legit and serious, like when he had it when Shelton had it before. They could do a whole thing with it, and then have MVP manage them, and then bring Naomi in, have Naomi join Her Business, and have her, be in that women's title scene with Alexa Bliss, who is going to probably be in that scene with Asuka, Shayna, and they have so much good stuff, and I don't know why they don't just use it. They have so much. Drew wants his title back. Something about Randy Orton being on Moment of Bliss. Pat Buck and Adam Pearce are out, and they're talking about the women for who's going to be in Survivor Series. They say it's going to be Nia and Shayna, of course, and then also Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose. And they just said, what's her face? Nia said, "Oh, since I'm the leader, I should say who's going to be the last person who's going to be in it." Her and Shayna argue, and then they argue with Golden Blondes. And then Adam Pearce was like, "Well, I was going to say that until you rudely interrupted me. There's going to be a fatal four-way between this person, Lana, Peyton Royce, Lacey Evans, and Nikki Cross, and the winner will face, or will also be in that match. Nikki Cross has new music. Okay, uh, this match was fine. I don't know why Nikki didn't win, but for whatever reason, they're pushing Lana again. She wins, maybe, and of course, six times the charm, like Booker T's six-time world championship reign, puts Lana through table after she wins. She was like, "Oh, girl, bring it in, bring it in." And then she hugs her, and she holds her tight. She was like, "Shayna, you know what to do." And then Shayna's like, and then she got it for him. Those two together are great. And then of course Samoan drops. I This is going to be a thing where Lana is going to be the sole survivor and get all the respect from. Oh my God, they're gonna. Oh, she's gonna be Bianca Belair. Oh, please don't pin Bianca Belair. Oh, you know what's gonna happen? Bianca Belair is gonna be sole survivor. She's gonna pin Lana. Nia Jax is gonna get mad and she's gonna Samoa drop her through the table again. That's what's gonna happen. Uh, but yeah, Nikki should have won, but she didn't. But it is what it is. Um, Randy said he's not scared of Bray Wyatt. Again, Ali's talked, but it didn't matter. Sheamus versus Matt Riddle. This match was really, really good. This match was. Sheamus has been killing it lately with the physical matches. He did it with Big E in that street fight, false count anywhere match. He did it in the 6-man tag match, which he led to Raw. He did it with Kofi Kingston last week, and now he did it with Matt Riddle. Oh, they tore each other up. Oh, good stuff. This match was fantastic. Sheamus was working on Riddle's like his back midsection, that area, and Matt Riddle was about to go to for the Bro Derek on Sheamus, but of course back hurts, can't hold it in. He drops him, boom, bro kick for the Uno Dos three. Sheamus wins. Oh, that was a really good match. Unfortunate for Matt Riddle, man. I don't know what they're going to do with him. He's just in limbo right now. It kind of sucks for him. unless they do like a last chance match or something, and he ends up on the team. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I don't know. Sucks for Riddle, man. 3 hours of Raw, and the boy is putting on good matches, but can't get a win to save his life. I don't know what they're gonna do with him. Maybe they're waiting. I don't know. He needs a tag team partner. Holla holla. Finally, moment of bliss with Randy Orton. Randy Orton was like, "All right, where's he at? She here." He's like, "Hey, you don't gotta feel a little uneasy. You can take a seat. You know, you two." He was like, I know he's here." He's like, "Look, I." He's like, "Yeah, I'm 14-time world champion. And we did good." And Bliss just made it like a little slight comment. It was like, "Yeah, you two really burned the house down." See, you see what she did because he burned the house of Bray Wyatt's down. See, because that was the thing. Get it? Good, cool. And Bray was like, "See, now this is look. I know where I was like, I know Bray better than anybody. I'm gonna ask you one more time. Where is the Fiend?" And she just laughs, and then Drew comes out, and they brawl. Um, I think Drew is about to hit a claymore, but the lights come out. They shut off. They come back up. Drew's in the middle of the ring. Randy Orton was like he was standing there, he was moving back a little bit, and then he stopped. He was like, "Oh, this." So do I want to face the Fiend or do I want Drew McIntyre? Drew McIntyre, hey, how you doing, buddy? And then they brawl some more. Orton does, his thing on the back of the on the announce desk, and they brawl, and then Raw ends. So Bray Wyatt face? I don't know, but I'm glad that this isn't the end for Drew McIntyre. That he's still going to be on the chase for the WWE Championship. Um, this is going to be interesting because there's of course there's rumors about Randy Orton being champion um, until until Edge comes back and they have that WrestleMania match with the championship on the line. I don't know if that's gonna happen or if they're gonna do a thing where um, maybe Randy Orton has like is in a triple threat match and he faces against Drew and Bray Wyatt at TLC. Maybe Bray Wyatt wins or something like that. Fiend becomes WWE champion, and then he gets his rematch against Randy Orton, or yeah, against Randy Orton at the Royal Rumble. Maybe Edge costs Randy Orton the match. Fiend retains, and then him and Drew chase. They do a thing where they face each other until WrestleMania, and maybe Drew beats Fiend at WrestleMania. Maybe Fiend beats Drew, and then maybe he goes to SmackDown, and it's Drew versus Roman. Maybe Drew takes the title from Roman. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that can happen, but I don't think this is the final run for Drew. I think he's going to be WWE champion, Universal champion again. I think it's just a matter of needing a crowd to do it. He did really good without the crowd, but I think they want him to get his one WrestleMania moment, or I think they want him to win in front of a crowd is what I'm thinking. But that was Raw. Um, I'm not gonna really grade it because I didn't really see the whole show. I just saw some of the things. There were some interesting things, like the whole Bray thing with Fiend and Bray thing with Fiend. The Bray Fiend, Alexa, Drew, Orton thing. That stuff is all good. Uh, I just want Retribution to get a win somewhere, someday, somehow. The funny skit with New Day, that was hilarious. Um, the matches were fine. I wish Elias didn't need a distraction from Jeff Hardy, but it is what it is. Yeah, I mean it was a decent show. I ain't mad at it. What did you guys think? Let me know. I'll talk to you later.